This is just a quick video on how to show you how to use Easy Diet Diary. When you sign up, you'll enter all your information here and that will then come up with an energy target. So once all that's in and you're set up, it's pretty simple to use. Now remember, tracking calories is not something you need to do all the time, but it's really good for calorie awareness just so that you're informed about the foods that you're eating. So you can either use this one of two ways. You can use it to track your existing diet and see where you can make improvements, or you can actually just put in foods that you eat regularly just to see where they compare, to see if you can make adjustments to them. So to enter a meal, you can simply just tap on the meal and then type in the food. So if you're having rolled oats, just search, put in the amount. It's always good to put the uncooked amount because it's easier to measure. And then let's say you're having half a cup, add, and then you might put strawberries, and you might put fresh, and you might put, and then you can actually scan the barcode of food. So if you look at the little barcode up the top there, you can scan that and that will bring the food up. I'm just going to search for the food at the minute. So you go Chobani Fit, blueberry, you might have a 160 gram tub, add, and I'll just pretend that's my breakfast, okay? You can see there that there's 269 calories. Now if you prefer kilojoules, you can actually tap on that and that will swap to kilojoules. Quite often you might accidentally tap on that and it'll do it. Now you can slide across here and that will then show you like a greater nutrition profile of what you've just put in. So I can see that there's 21 grams of protein roughly in the breakfast that I've just put together. Now, if I eat this regularly, I can actually tap on the breakfast and then hit the little edit button up the top. And if I edit that, I can actually check them all and then I can hit those three dots next to the edit and I can copy them or create a recipe from it. So if I want to create a recipe, I just say, a little tip here is to say breakfast and then say oats, strawberries, and yogurt, and then I can save that. Servings is 1, save it, and then the next day it would be, if I was over here, I could just go plus, and then go to my recipes. You can see recipes there, or I can click on my recent meals. So recipes, breakfast, rolled oats and strawberries, have 1 serve of that, and it's there again. So it is also just as easy. You can go to recent meals and that'll bring up what you've had recently as well. So once you put it in a few times, it is actually pretty easy to keep tracking. Now, if you were doing a dinner, for example, dinners are a little bit harder to put together, particularly when you're preparing it for multiple people. So what you could do is just go straight to recipes. So if I go back here and I go the little plus button there, I click on that. Now I can create excuse me, that's not it, resources. Okay, so if you wanted to add a recipe from scratch, what you can do is slide across at the top there to my recipes and hit the plus button and then give it a name. It might be beef and veg stir fry, and then might serve 4 people, for example. And then you can start to add the ingredients and you might say beef. Now, always good to probably put the raw amount in. So let's say it was, I'm just going to say diced, fully trimmed, and then find the raw amount, and it might be 500 grams that goes into that. Now, if you've got like frozen veg, you could actually scan the barcode. Stir fry, so change, let's go stir fry vegetables, that'll do. And I might have 4 servings of that, and then I might put, let's just keep it simple, sauce, and I might do 60 mil or something like that. Okay, and then save, and then at dinner I could hit the plus button and then go to my recipes and I could search for beef and veg stir fry. And I'm having 1 serve of that. So what would that do for me? So I'm over here, I know how many calories I need for the day, okay? I'm aiming for myself under 1800 calories. And then I know that my dinner, which is normally a lot more than 250 calories, but my dinner is only 250 calories. So it just allows you to see where things fit. Now, if you're not going to use it from a tracking perspective and you were just curious about the foods that you eat, what you might do is go enjoy a red wine. The bottle's 750 ml. How long does the bottle last? So if you have half a bottle, or a bottle lasts you 2 nights, then you can see that wine is providing 286 calories out of your total. So you can imagine if you've got multiple meals in the day, your wine is potentially overtaking the food. So looking at those sort of things is really important. If, for example, you ate out, now this is really hard, right? It's hard to know exactly what goes in. Always assume the worst if you're tracking. So then we'll go pizza. Let's say I might have a Supreme I'm looking for, fast food, thick base, and I might have 4 deep pan slices. And then I'll be able to see, okay, in those 4 slices of pizza, there's 856 calories. So you can see if this is a regular party diet, where that fits in. So have a bit of a play with it, look at the meals, where they fit, scroll across and see how much protein is in what I'm eating, how much carb, how much fibre, sodium, and just start to learn about your diet. Typically, if you're a client of mine, I'll have given you some numbers to compare this to. And that's really the point, is that you're making informed choices because you've got a comparison tool to learn about the food that you're eating on a regular basis. All right, thanks.